Chuck Schumer opens his mouth, and one more time, garbage falls out. Hello, my name is Todd. I want to thank you for tuning into the Teal Jack channel. I greatly appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch one of my videos. It really, truly does mean a lot to me. And I thank you for all those who have subscribed. It's incredible to see that I've grown the channel a little bit. It's nice to see it grow some more. So please share any of my videos if you think they're good enough. Share them with your friends. Spread them around. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. And what I've got is a couple days ago or so, may have been Friday, Chuck Schumer made some statements discussing what took place when Obama decided to criticize Trump one more time. And so this is what Chuck Schumer had to say. This is amazing to me. What alternative universe do they live in? Spending their time with discredited conspiracy theories against Obama, against Biden, instead of dealing with the greatest crisis we had in America in decades and decades and decades. What universe are they in? What is in their heads? So that's not his everything that he stated, but it does give the main points that I want to bring out. And those points have to deal with his idea that the Republicans are spending time on ridiculous conspiracy theories surrounding Obama and Biden. So when we actually look into this, what we do know is that the FBI, we could say, conspired together to get Flynn to lie, which is known in this world as entrapment and is illegal under U.S. law. And those spying missions, should we say, also brought about disclosure of other information that I could say was non-pertinent. And what I'm getting at is they entrapped Flynn in a lie, but all of this got started on a research paper, if you would, a dossier, as it was being called, paid for by the DNC and Hillary Clinton, that was unfounded, had horrendous accusations against Donald Trump, and they released it just prior to the election of 2016. And that dossier ultimately was used to go before the FISA court and get warrants to spy on people in the Trump administration, or we should say people that were in Trump's political group for the election, his campaign. And not only did they get one FISA, but they went multiple times to the FISA court with these documents. Again, unfounded, not factually based, loaded with a bunch of lies, and paid for by one political party to go against another. And yet, Chuck Schumer thinks the Republicans are reaching for conspiracy theories brought forth by Russia? You know, if they want to look at conspiracy theories, how about he go back and look at the stupid dossier that came from Russia that was bought and paid for by his group? Why don't we start there? If you want to see conspiracy theories, how about the whole Trump-Russia collusion narrative that wasted approximately $40 million of U.S. tax dollars on the stupid Mueller investigation, which brought about these indictments in the first place, which were ridiculous to begin with? Why don't we start there, Chuck Schumer? Why don't you look at those conspiracy theories that you guys pitched and your left-wing news media pitched for 2 to 3 years? And then, why don't we take a look at the conspiracy theory that you guys drum up that ultimately led to you impeaching him? For what? Having a phone conversation with the Ukrainian president that Trump released the transcript of that phone conversation where there was nothing in it? No quid pro quo? Oh yeah, forget about the quid pro quo. What did you ultimately impeach him on? Again, conspiracy theories on your side. So, what is in the brains and the minds of the Republicans? I think what we need to do is look at what ridiculous world are the Democrats living in, where they constantly drum up false allegation after false allegation to do what? Discredit a president that has actually done a pretty decent job for this country? Now, mind you, I'm not 100% behind Trump and agree with everything he's done. For instance, the bump stock ban. Unconstitutional, shouldn't have taken place. Probably the first time in U.S. history where a U.S. citizen who went out and paid approximately $100 to $120 for a bump stock, under which the government says, you must now destroy it. Yet we're not going to pay you back your $120 that you spent. So, those people would have been better off giving that $120 to a charity organization. At least it would have gone for some good. But what if the government was to step up and say, oh, hey, yeah, by the way, you got to get rid of your cell phone. Can't have that anymore. Why? Because we say so. How about your car? You're going to let the government say, nope, can't have your car anymore. Although, to a degree, we've got a governor here in Oregon that's trying to push for that. She wants us out of her cars. And the stupid citizens in the state just passed another gasoline tax. For what benefits? Our roads? Portland's filled with potholes. They've got money right now. When are they going to fix those? Yet, we're going to give them more money? I'm telling you, the left mind is absolutely insane on their thought process and what they're thinking about. Yeah, they think about others, and they'll constantly tell you, we care for the others. But do they really? I believe what they're caring for is their vote, and only their vote. Everything else is just a disguise, if you would. So, who's based in reality? These Democrats have a problem with facts and truth. The liberals that teach in our colleges and our schools, our high schools, our junior high schools, our middle schools, let's look at them. They teach conspiracy theories every day. They twist the facts to fit their narrative, and that's what the left does. And yet, the conservative voice is typically, let's look at the facts, let's see what it says based off historical evidence, and we'll make our rulings there. Kind of like global warming. The left reaches for these conspiracies that the earth is warming and we're all going to die. And yet if you look at some scientists, they will tell you this is a normal process the earth goes through. It warms a bit and then it cools. So are we in a warming cycle? More than likely. Is it going to keep on going until humanity is extinct? Only if God says so. Because remember, God's in control. And right now, I don't see him destroying the world to end all life with man. Which, by the way, if you read the Bible, you will see some facts related to what's going to happen in the end times, if you would. And all of that is for a video in another day. Who knows? Maybe I'll get to that and discuss the book of Revelation and what it teaches about the end times. But what I see right now, you want to see conspiracy theories reach no further, Chucky Schumer, than your own brain and your own political party. Because the Republicans, for the most part, try to stick with facts and details. And what are those facts? Flynn was entrapped to lie before the FBI. They went before him knowing that he didn't lie. Those are facts. Let's look at James Comey, who went before the American people in 2016 and spilled this great case against Hillary Clinton, only to say we're not going to indict her. He went through all of these things she did. And let's start with one of those. He found, what did he say? 4 classified documents on her server. 4. Having one's a violation of U.S. law. I believe 10 years in prison. And we didn't indict her on that? You want to look at conspiracy theories, Chucky Schumer. How about you look at how the left has controlled the Department of Justice? where these people commit crimes. James Comey goes before Congress and lies, and he's not held for that. Clapper goes before Congress, lies, not held for that. Brennan goes before Congress, lies, isn't held for that. Yet they go after Flynn for lying in a case that he really didn't lie. How about that conspiracy theory? How about look at the unequal justice in the United States? If you're Hillary Clinton, if you're a leftist-leaning liberal, if you're a Kool-Aid drinking socialist, we let you off scot-free. If you're Republican, you're conservative, you want to speak your mind, we indict you, convict you. On grounds of what? You want to see conspiracy theory? How about the conspiracy theory your party pitched against Brett Kavanaugh for Supreme Court Justice? Where you bring in this woman who makes all these allegations with no factual evidence at all. And all of you, Chucky Schumer, jumped on board her Kool-Aid. And I don't believe one Democrat voted for confirmation of Brett Kavanaugh. On what? Because he likes to drink beer? Yeah. Conspiracy theories pushed by your party, Chucky Schumer. Not that I think you would see this video. Anyway, the bottom of the line is the left mind seems to be twisted. The left mind would not know fact from fiction if it hit them upside their head. But I believe, personally, these people are smart. They know the truth. They keep pushing this narrative so they can stay in power. And I believe that's ultimately what they're after. They're drunk on power. They're drunk on the money their positions bring and put in their pockets. And therefore, I believe they actually do know the truth. They just like to pitch these lies because they want the power ultimately of the presidency, and they don't want to see another Republican ever have power again in this country. And that's what they want. They want to push their socialist agenda, and they're going to do it by a lie. They want to make us all do green energy and get rid of our cars and stop flying and get rid of the cows so they stop farting and creating greenhouse gas. That's what they're pushing. That's what they're pitching. I believe that's why they're lying. They're trying to do everything they can to keep the president from getting reelected. Now, when it comes to the president, I believe he's doing an injustice for his election to begin with already, with the shutting down of this government and not coming out as the president of the United States and stepping forward and saying, listen, everything we were told was wrong. Here are the facts. We know that people have died of COVID, and we know that people are being reported as dying of COVID who did not die of COVID. We know those facts, and he needs to come before the American people and state those. And based off of what evidence we're seeing, that this COVID virus isn't that deadly to those who are children between 0 and 18, down to almost 0%, I believe is what it is, of children that have died from COVID in that age group. And for those who are in their 20s on up, who are healthy, this doesn't seem to affect them that much. Let's pitch those facts to the American people. And let's look at the fact that the blue states are continuing to lock their states down to keep the citizens restrained so that they continue to have power. And if they can walk all over us and we as citizens cheer and throw away our right to freedom to assemble and freedom to travel, freedom to go out and work and do our jobs and open up our shops and bring money to our families, what are they going to do next now that they've gotten away with this one? And we as the American people seem to slowly start sticking up for our rights. I'm seeing that nightly on the news where people are starting to gather and protest to their governments. We need more of that. We need more of our citizens standing up and saying what the government is doing right now is wrong. But we need our president to step forward, to be bold and to be brave and to say, listen, we were wrong on what we pitched. Dr. Fauci was completely wrong with his models. And based off the evidence we are currently seeing, we need to get the thing rolling again and start reopening this government and start opening up the states and start opening up commerce one more time and get the economy rolling. Because I guarantee you these blue states have one goal in mind, and that is to keep us locked down to the election. Why? Because they've already pitched it with Nancy Pelosi and her $3 trillion bill. They want vote from home. And as I've shared with you before, I believe this would be a way to get votes on the Democrat side of people who shouldn't be voting. And that, I believe, is their ultimate goal, to gain power and keep conservatives from ever stepping foot and having power and control of this government again. They hate the growth we've seen. Just look at them. Bill Maher on his show was preaching how much he wanted to see the economy collapse. Why? Because he believed the only way Donald Trump wouldn't get elected is if the economy collapsed. And Donald Trump and these Democrat governors and governors across the country have managed to destroy our economy. Some businesses have closed and never will reopen again. Millions of people out of work. Who knows how many millions, if not billions of dollars have been lost to the American worker. Meanwhile, our government has continued to build our debt deeper. I like the free money, but ultimately it comes at a cost. I like the money he gave my family, but ultimately it comes at a cost. And it raised the debt that the U.S. doesn't have. And that's my thought for the day. Trump needs to step forward, get the country rolling again. These blue state governors need to back off and let us have our freedoms back. And people like Kate Brown and Governor Inslee in Washington, they need to leave their offices because they do not want to stand on the U.S. Constitution. And I'll throw California's Gavin Newsom, I believe is his name, in that same batch. These guys are fruitcakes. They've lost their minds. They've drunk so much liberal Kool-Aid they can't even think straight. And they've got their power and they don't want to let it go. And their one goal, to keep us confined, to keep us down because they have power. And they're drunk on it. Those are my thoughts. Leave your comments below. And thank you one more time for tuning into my channel. Thank you for listening to this rather long video. And I hope you're having a good day. Take care. God bless. We'll catch you next time. By the way, I forgot to mention, if you haven't seen the video of Chucky Schumer making these comments, I'm not surprised because the one that I originally saw has already been removed by YouTube. Wiped clean from YouTube. So what I will do is I will put you a link at the end of this video in the comments below where you can find this video on another website. And if you scroll through the page, you will find the video under which Chucky Schumer is being interviewed and makes these comments. So I'll put that in the link below in the comments, or excuse me, in the description. Take care. Thanks for watching. Hi, I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to watch one of my videos. Please hit the like button below, and if you would, hit the subscribe link up here. And take some time to watch one of my other videos. Thanks again, and have a wonderful day. God bless, and take care of yourself.